Guddang775 back with another video, and today I'm gonna give you folks my Wasteland 3 review. Now I've been playing through this game. I'm at least 70 hours into this game, and I know as of right now it doesn't show how long you're playing, how long you've played the game on the Xbox. Now I don't know if the patch fixed it, but I haven't checked since then. But I know I've put 8 to 9 hours each day into this game since it released, and not so much the last 2 days. I say the last 2 days I put 6 hours each day into this game, but before that it was 8 to 9 hours. So I'm pretty sure I'm about 70 hours into this game, maybe more, maybe slightly less, but I'm close to it. Okay, I beat the game once. I'm gonna tell you folks what I loved about the game first, and what I did not like about the game second. Okay, and it's first time one of my review videos. I'm gonna leave a score of 1 being absolute garbage and 5 being the best thing ever since the day I was born. You know, it's the most joyous day, the Lord's Day, the day I was born. And I'm gonna give you my score at the end. Alright? So first off, what I loved about Wasteland 3. There are 3 things that I like. 3 major things. It's, of course, number 1 is the Tactical Squad gameplay. And the Tactical Squad gameplay, okay, it's a little rough around the edges, but it works, okay? It's a little tough at first, getting used to it, okay? This game is very XCOM-like. You folks played XCOM, it's very XCOM-like. It's very, or if you're old school gamer, you never played this type of game before, old school gamer, imagine old school Shining Force or Long Greaser, and with guns, okay? Old school Long Greaser, Shining Force with guns. I don't know how to put it, okay? But if you played XCOM before, this is very similar to XCOM. Okay, and you can have your 2 characters that you create in the beginning and up to 4 other characters in your squad at each time. And you can have extra like tamed animals, clones and whatnot. You can have an extra characters join your party that are there that you can't control, but they're there and help you fight in this game. And the combat, it is smooth once you get used to it, because in the beginning it's like, oh my gosh, this is kind of tough. Okay, especially like you're gonna come up against odds, you're gonna be outnumbered 2 to 1, 3 to 1, sometimes even 4 to 1. Okay, and it's gonna seem like it's impossible to win, but never give up. You can always win. There's always strategies you can use. Strategy and luck. Luck comes in a lot. Okay, if your character's high in luck, the enemy's gonna miss a lot, and it's gonna give you, and like you're gonna nail all your hits. Okay, and if my recommendation, if you're building characters, make sure each of your characters, especially custom rangers, you can have 4 custom rangers on your team at once, and 2 story NPCs where they need to be on your squad at all times, because you can't just have all custom rangers on your squad. You need at least 2 story NPCs, and then you can have 4, what do you call that, custom rangers. And those 4 custom rangers, you can build them any way you want, and I suggest building them to where your 2 story NPCs, you build their skills around them. Okay, you kind of choose the skills that the story NPCs don't have. Okay, and you can build as many custom rangers as you want. I think my first playthrough that I played through before, I had about 10 rangers, no, 9 rangers I custom created, something like that, 9 or 10, and they all each had their different skills. Okay, some of the skills are kind of useless, but they do pay off a little bit, I guess, in the end. But here's a pro tip for you folks starting the game. You folks want to make a lot of money quick. Build a character or use one of the story NPCs. Get your barter skill to 7 at least. Okay, then pick the auction perk. The auction perk can surprise you, especially later on down the line, because after each battle you get trash, junk, credits, cash, Colorado dollars, or what do you call that, Colorado dollars as the currency of the game, and it gives you weapons. Now the junk, okay, if you got that antique perk, okay, if you got that perk in there, when you sell your stuff to a vendor, there's a chance one of those items that you get can be sold up to 50 times what it's worth. There's this one time I sold something toward the end of the game, end of my first playthrough. I got 100,000 Colorado dollars. Like, what the hell? Where did that come from? So I bought each of my characters every single thing they needed, all the top end gear. I bought it all. Okay, not only do you can buy stuff, I mean, you're gonna find loot off of dead enemies you've just killed. So I recommend killing as much as you can in this game. But there's some times where you can get away without it, you know, using dialogue, using the kiss ass perk, using the hard ass perk, the bartering perk. Skill. Those are skills, by the way, not perks. And there's so many things you can go about this game. You can go about doing something differently. You don't have to go in, you know, like what do you call that? All full on, you know, like I'm gonna kill everything. You can go that route, or you can be sneaky. Well, no, it's kind of tough to be sneaky. Well, you can be sneaky. You can go around because the enemy has like a circumference, a danger. What you call that? Kind of like their own radar. If they get too close to you, of course, and you're there in that radar, you're gonna see that little eyeball mark. As soon as it gets full, boom, they see you. You're in combat. But you can kind of avoid some parts like that. Some parts. I'm not saying all of it. Most of the time you can't avoid it. I say there's only a few times that you can do that in this game. But the tactical squad gameplay in this game is fun. I love the character builds, building different characters to fit your needs, to do what they want. And also the story NPCs have pretty good storylines, and that gets me to my next thing I love about this game is the story of this game. A story, the choice and consequences of this game is what make this game. Okay? See, the tactical gameplay, that's the good part, that's the fun, and the gameplay, and the story is the glue. Okay? Combined with the next thing I'm going to talk about, the story is the glue that brings everything together, because without this story, this game would pretty much just be tactical squad gameplay, and it would rank lower than the score that I actually gave it. Okay, the story wise, you are the Arizona Rangers. Okay, Arizona Rangers are a tough spot, especially after Wasteland 2. Now I'm at the end of Wasteland 2. I played it all the way through. I'm at Cochise, but I did not finish the game. I'm right at the point where I'm about to drop the nuke on Matthias, but I never finished the game. I'm kind of regretting I finished the game. I should have finished the game because I'm playing Wasteland 3. I tried to go back and play Wasteland 2 on my PC, and I just couldn't get into it. Okay, once you play Wasteland 3, don't even dream about going back playing Wasteland 2 and Wasteland the remastered version. It doesn't even feel the same. Wasteland 3 is so much more smoother than the other two games, and it just, like, if you're gonna play the Wasteland series, if you never played Wasteland 3 yet, hold off on playing Wasteland 3. You know, pick up Game Pass, or if you already have the games on hand, go ahead, play Wasteland Remastered, Wasteland 2, then play Wasteland 3, because it's hard to go backwards after you play Wasteland 3. Okay, but there are some veterans from Wasteland 2 that tie into the story of Wasteland 3, which is a big plus in my opinion. Couple of veteran characters, major characters, and some older Wasteland 2 villains that pop up in here. So it was kind of nice. Okay, I love how they tied everything together and how each choice can affect other parts in the game. Well, some choices, not all of them, because some choices are kind of irrelevant. Doesn't matter which choice you pick, but some choices will affect you toward the end game. Okay. And my first playthrough, it's not that I regret what happened, it's just I was shocked at what happened. Because my first playthrough, I did what I thought was gonna be cool, but I lost a few of my favorite characters at the end. Yeah, you're gonna have to pick a side. I was like, what the heck happened? What the heck happened? So that got me right in the feels, and that's a big plus for me. If you can get me to get vested into a character that I like, and especially, well, not so much I was so vested into their character, I kind of was, but their character as a combatant, where I could use them all over the place. They're one of my two go-to favorite characters that were very, very good, players to use in the game. I lost them both at the end. It's like, what the heck? Then I had to switch over to backup characters. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. So it's gonna surprise you. Okay, some things are gonna surprise you in this game. Again, big plus, big thumbs up towards In Exile. Okay, so the story is the glue that keeps together with the tactical RPG gameplay. Now the other parts is the music, Okay, the music and the graphics. That's number 3. The graphics not so much, but the music, I love the soundtrack. Okay, because the graphics they're okay. They're not next gen or anything, but because it's mostly a tactical squad RPG. All right, but I like how this game remains violent. Okay, I love the violence where their corpses explode and whatnot. They get set on fire and whatnot. It's fun. I love the graphics. There's a few CG like cutscenes where they show the characters. Nothing home to write home about, but it blends well. It mixed well with the for what it is. Okay, and like I said, the music. I love the music. The music goes from like suspenseful to thriller type music to like techno music, and there's also some country style soundtracks in there, songs that surprised even me. Okay, I think there was Green Acres song. There was that other song. What's that song? Washed in the Blood of the Lamb. I forgot the name of that song. I'm gonna list it right here. There was America the Beautiful. There was Glory Hallelujah. There was there was an older song on there. If you're old like me, you used to watch the TV show. I got it. If you watch the TV show, you folks are gonna recognize this song. But hold on, if you're old like me. Yeah, we tease them a lot, cause we got them on the spot. Welcome back. I know, I was shocked when I heard that song in there. I was like, whoa, that's a blast from the past. I used to watch that show as a kid. So, yeah, I mean, I like the soundtrack. There was some good parts in there. Now, those are the 3 things that kind of tie everything together. The storyline, the music, the tactical squad gameplay, and the graphics just sprinkled on top. Okay, the graphics are okay, but they're just like a sprinkle. All right. So that's what I loved about the game. Now let me talk about what irked me about the game, what I didn't like. Crashing. Okay, now both the PC version and the console version, they had problems. Okay, this is a single player game, and I know, actually it's a co-op game. I know the co-op was pretty much unplayable. I haven't even touched the co-op, so this is pretty much a review on the single player portion. I know they're working on the co-op. I might go and play it after my second playthrough if I do all the opposite choices I did of my first. But there is crashing in this game. My game crashed 4 times when I did my like 60 plus 70 hour playthrough. Alright, and not only that, there are some issues with stuttering and sound, especially in the Gipper area. When you get to the Gipper area, you're gonna notice, if you play this game, you get to the Gippers that are called. When you get to that area, there's gonna be sound problems, okay? And sound problems that are really like, wow, what the heck is that? It's weird. And there's a little bit of stuttering in that area, especially if you're transitioning from inside, from going from outside to inside the building and vice versa, the main Gipper building. There's some problems there. It's usually in that area where I get hit a lot with a lot of the stuttering and the music glitches. Now, and there was one part at the end that irked me, and part of it is my fault too, but my game got stuck on an important part. I think the name of the mission I was stuck on was Traders, where I could not enter a building I was supposed to, and it was a storyline mission, and my last save was like an hour and a half, 2 hours back, and I was kind of kicking myself because, you know, just once you get into the game, you just kind of forget to do things. Even the autosave, because when it reverted to the autosave, that part was still stuck, so I had to go all the way back. I went back like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and when I went back, it could finally go through. Now, before this, I was pulling my hair out. Before I just decided I gave up and went back and played an hour and a half, 2 hours, I actually did a power cycle. I played on an Xbox One X, by the way. Power cycle. I unplugged it from the wall. I actually uninstalled and reinstalled my game. That's how, what do you call that, desperate I got, because I did not want to go back. You know, in hindsight, I should have just played the 2 hours, but I didn't know how far back I was until I actually went in. So I was kicking myself for going through all that, and that took off. Man, I wish I could get those couple hours back. I should have just gone back. It took me longer than that, because when I uninstalled and reinstalled, it took like 6 hours to reinstall the damn thing. So that kind of irked me a little bit. It's gonna reflect on the score at the end. I hate to do it, but I mean, if you're gonna launch a game, make sure it's polished, especially don't get stuck in areas like that. It kind of reminiscing of old school, you know, the old school Fallout 3 on the PS3 and Xbox 360, you know, where there's lots of crashes and whatnot. Well, not so much 4 crashes, but getting stuck on the main mission. Now, this was pre-patch, okay? This was before the patch. But supposedly there was day 1 patch and that did nothing. So yeah, I gotta take off points for it. I mean, I gotta take off some of the score for it. This game would have been absolutely ranked higher if it weren't for those missteps. So we're at the end of the Wasteland 3 review. I played it on the Xbox One X. I know PC had its problems as well. So, but I still recommend playing this game, okay? But before I go into my whole spiel about playing this game, I'm gonna give you folks my score. 1 being absolute garbage, 5 being the best thing ever since the day I was born. I have to give this game a score of 4.1 out of 5. Yep, 4.1 out of 5. This game, I would have scored this game a 4.5 out of 5 had it not been for the hiccups that I experienced in this game. The sound problems during the Gipper area, the sound and stuttering where like there's a bunch of screen tearing as well as stuttering where I'd be walking, I'd stop and I'd teleport and I'd be like 5 spaces in front. It's like, what the heck happened there? Okay. And that part at the end where I uninstalled and reinstalled my game, yeah, I lost a lot of time there. Time that I should have been playing, I lost. So from 4.5, it's down to 4.1. Hey, you're gonna make a game, make sure most of the bugs are out, or at least, I mean, yeah, what can I say? You gotta be honest here. But other than that, okay, the game is been patched, so I'm pretty sure folks jumping into this game now and are watching this review, I feel pretty confident you can go ahead and play the game, hopefully without any issues. Alright, now I'm replaying it through. I'm not in the Gipper area yet again. But let me know if you folks are playing on the Xbox or PlayStation, if there's still sound issues in the Gipper area. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're there. Okay, just like there's some sound issues, it's very distinct. You're gonna notice like, what the hell is that? Alright? It's like a large staticky sound, like okay? You're gonna hear it, especially if you got wearing headphones. And I was testing out my Razer Black Sharks, and that static just kicked in. Whoa! So, but yeah, that was my review. I still think this game is definitely worth playing. If you don't want to go ahead and buy it and you got a PC or Xbox, try it out in Game Pass. Game Pass, you can get Game Pass for cheap on CD Keys, Amazon. Sometimes they have sales, whatnot. Okay, try it out for a month. Buy a month of Game Pass. Try it out. You don't like it, you could definitely beat this game in a month. I mean, I did in like 8 days, 7 days, but then I put in a lot of time playing. So it might take normal people like a month or 2 months to beat the game. But I still recommend trying it out if you don't have a, if you got an Xbox, PC, Game Pass is the way to go. If you got a PlayStation 4, well, you can always buy it. I say buy the physical copy then. And if you don't like it, you can always bring it back and trade it in. But yeah, I still recommend playing this game. Is it a keeper? Is it worth the $60? I think so. I think it is worth the $60 because the amount of play time you get for this game, the price for the $60 for how long you get to play this game, how long it takes you to beat the game, I think it's worth it. But yeah, that's my review, Wasteland 3. Let me know if you folks play this game or if you run into some of the problems that I've run into, or if you enjoyed the game like I have. Even though I have run into the problems, I still very much enjoyed this game. This is Guddang 775. I hope you folks like this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel for more videos every few days. If you didn't like this video, hit that dislike button and let me know in the comments down below. I do appreciate the criticism. This is Guddang 775, just a Malay boy in Texas, aka Sully. Peace out.